Hey everyone, this is Marshall B out in God's country. I got Mabel, my co-host. She just likes soaking up the attention like most dogs are. And I wanted to talk about miracles in life. And I've experienced a bunch of miracles throughout my life. And I'm sure you have too. Things that, you were able to go through a hard time in life. Um, just things worked out in your favor that seemed kind of out of the ordinary, but like meeting someone, like if you had a flat tire and I don't know, and someone stops and helps you out, or like going through a difficult time that you created yourself, but you're given the resources to deal with that situation instead of being thrust into a situation without being able to take care of it, because you don't have enough money or something like that. And like, I'm an adventuresome person. I like to explore. And, I got a Suburban and, it's just, I like to go exploring sometimes. And like, I would be in a situation where I got stuck, and but I was out there doing what I had to do to try to dig myself out, and I wasn't able to, but someone came and helped me out to get out of the sticky situation. And I didn't think of it as a negative experience, because I was the one that caused it, and I took the responsibility with what I had. And so it's just kind of, we put ourselves in situations and we think it's a bad thing, but sometimes it's a blessing. And it was like one time when my grandma passed away, I had some relatives flying to China, and they canceled their trip there, but it was like just before SARS happened over in China. This was years ago, and so they were blessed with the passing of my grandma, because it prevented them from being exposed to the SARS virus or whatever it was at the time. And like another experience that I've had, or a blessing is I had a Jeep Wrangler burn down next to a vehicle I had, and it singed the driver's side, the whole front, the engine, top, and trunk. It just singed it, and I got like $1,400 back from his insurance. And I paid my bills at the time, and I bought a new vehicle. It was a 86 Honda Civic manual. I need to get a manual. I love them. Well, anyways, I got that. Then I went to Grand Forks, and I went to this bar that was underneath this dance club at the time. And when you grow up in North Dakota, you learn to do things you shouldn't be doing. And well, anyways, I suffered the consequences of that, and I had the money to get out of that situation. I was able to walk to my car, and I had to work that night too at 9, because I was working at UPS during that time period, and I was able to get to work. But I had the resources to go through that difficult situation. People would think that's a bad situation, but no, it was a blessing. And I'm a tough character, and it's like life brings you through experiences to make you a better person, and it's just, we all get conditioned like, oh, I need to work to make money, you know. Yes and no. Like, look at Robert Kiyosaki. Um, he wrote the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he started with he lived below his means until he was able to start doing money making things that ultimately helped him create the education center about financial education. And that's, not all people, stick to the typical 9 to 5. People go out and start their own businesses and become millionaires. So it's just kind of like, this is the base, like growing up into society, like going to school, going to church, stuff like that. But you can always rise above it. It's like, I got my own health and wellness company through LifeVantage, and I've been a consultant for 5 or 6 years. December of 2020, I believe that's when I got involved with it, because like, health is important. If you're not healthy, you're not going to have, you're going to be worrying. Sorry about if I said it wrong, but it's just like, if you got to be healthy so you can go to work or just live your life. If you're not healthy, you're going to have some problems. And as we age, our body gets more and some people, like, their knees start aching or this or that, and or they get this or that, and like diseases or whatever, and that's all due to oxidative stress. And it's like, I'm not the healthiest, but I'm not the worst off. I'm pretty healthy for my age, and so it's just like, I have been learning more and more about myself, balancing the positive and the negative that we all experience in life. And it's just, when you know who you are, you can shine more. You can, be who you're meant to be. Some people are meant to be cops. Some people are meant to be EMTs. Some people are to be doctors, lawyers, politicians. People become who they are meant to be. And, and there's nothing wrong being in those occupations. That's awesome. We need people like that, but some of us, we want more in life. We want to be an inspiration. We want to help people. We want to serve people. Because a lot of the millionaires that are out there, they're rich because they help people. And it's like, you learn about how millionaires think, what inspires them to tick, what inspires them, it's like, your income is based off of the average of your 5 best friends. And I know more than 5 millionaires, and it's like, I am designed to be a millionaire. Like, I could be a rock star if I wanted to. Hell, I might start a rock band one day. I don't know, but it's just like, I discovered a talent that I have. I'm a poet, and they're Christian-based poems and whatnot because I have a strong Christian background. I was Lutheran Catholic, and I've been uh, a member of a Spanish Apostolic Church. So, and I've been baptized 3 times. Once when I was born as a Lutheran, uh, um, um, adolescent when I became Catholic. I was cognizant of being baptized Catholic, and I've been baptized 3 times, and I did the whole water plunge, and it was cold, not too bad, but I survived it. But it's just someone that I met awakened my ability to write poems, and I even had an inkling, like when I went to Job Corps after high school. The diesel mechanic instructor passed away, and I guess I'm an empath or something. I picked up on people's sorrows, so I wrote a poem and I read it at the eulogy of them. And so, but that's that. So I'm gonna cut this video short. Just realize you are a miracle, and God loves you. He protects you, and if you have a situation where you were able to go through a difficult situation and you don't know how you got through it, just things kind of worked out, that's the miracle, my friend. Miracles can happen to me, you, my dog, whatever. Anyways, take care. This is Marshall B. I'm going to leave some things from my health and wellness website in the description, like Protandim, liquid collagen, and GLP-1. That's 25% off, and there's a deal with our new product that we have called P84, and it works on your digestive system, and that's a good thing to get in check. And also Protandim, because that activates your body's antioxidant production to help fight the free radicals that come into our bodies from what we eat and drink and put on our bodies. And I'm also going to put in the GLP-1 if you want to lose weight. You don't lose any muscle mass with that. You get to maintain it, and it works better if you are in a workout routine. And well, this is Marshall B signing off. Have a great day. Stay classy, my friends.